this second segment, which is talking about AJ Griffin and how he is contemplating retirement. Now, AJ Griffin, this is how he looks like, in case you guys don't know. He plays for the Rockets, and again, this article is going to open up saying that he is considering stepping away from the game at basketball. Now, he's only 21 years old, and he's the same age as me, literally the exact same age as me, and he was drafted number 16th in the draft by the Hawks in 2022, and he didn't really play all that much in the few seasons, because I was expecting him to sort of. I don't expect him to play all that much. No one expects someone like that to play all that much. So, in his first game, he was averaging 19 minutes per game, and he was averaging 8 points, and on 46% from the field and 39% from three. Very impressive. And then all of a sudden, in 2023 and 2024, last season, I don't know what happened. He just fell off. Straight up just fell off. I don't know how you explain it, but he went from 19 minutes per game to 8 minutes per game. His production was essentially cut in half. And his field goal percentage also cut in half. He's shooting 29% from the field goal. And he went from averaging 9 points, almost 9 points per game, to just 2.5 points per game. And I'm over here what? Where did this fall off just happen? And he shot 53% from the 2-point line, from inside the arc in 2022 and 2023. But then in 2023 and 2024, he shot 34% from inside the arc. And I'm just like, what in the world kind of fall off is this? For a brief second, I just thought in my head, okay, maybe he's just in a slump, and he's not gaining all that much production. Maybe the Hawks aren't willing to bank on him being an option for the future. Maybe he needs to go into a new environment. But this is just a dramatic fall off. And again, he was 16th pick in the draft in 2022. And he played the first 2 seasons of his career. And then he was traded to the Rockets in a 3-team deal with the Heat over the offseason. So, Shams also reported that sides are preparing for his departure from the game, suggesting that retirement is a strong possibility. The Duke product enjoyed a strong rookie year with the Hawks in 2022-2023, averaging 8 points per game on 46% from the field, shooting 39 from 3 on 19 minutes per game. Griffin took a step back during his sophomore season last year, playing in just 20 games due to injuries as well as personal reasons. But I understand, but the fall off on that is just absolutely absurd. Absurd. Yes, the injuries is definitely I didn't want to bring up the injuries because it's just I wanted to just look at the numbers, and since he is young, the injury isn't really going to affect him later in his career. Now, if it was let's say if he was maybe 31 years old or something like that, then maybe the injury is a bigger deal. Or maybe if he was somewhere maybe in the 30 or in 29, 28, something like that, entering his prime, then it would be a big deal, the injury. But you're not really slowing anything down getting injured here, so I just didn't really feel like bringing up the injury up until the article brought it up. And he only played 20 games last season due to personal reasons, and he only averaged 2 points in 8 minutes. And so, obviously, you can make your opinions on that whether you want. Hold on just 1 second. I just got an email from my teacher. Okay, whatever. We'll just skip through that. AJ Griffin was expected to be a rotational piece for Houston next season after the team gave up a mid-season round pick for the 6'6" wing. Griffin spoke out about his off-the-court issues last December, but didn't really get into specifics about what he was dealing with personally. So, apparently, it's bad enough to even want to consider retirement. So the article continues with, quote, "I would say I'm glad to be back," Griffin said on December 28th. And it continues, "The team has been great to be able to support me through this time, stepping away for a little just for personal reasons. I definitely want to keep it brief and not put it all out there. Well, that quote is, it's not really aging well. And Griffin is the son of a longtime NBA player, Adrian Griffin, who was fired as head coach of the Bucks last season after just 43 games, which I personally think is wrong. In fact, you know what? Before I end off with this segment, I just want to say how wrong the Bucks were for firing Adrian Griffin. I'm appalled at that decision. They really would have rather had Doc Rivers as their coach as opposed to Adrian Griffin. And it backfired on them eventually because the Bucks finished the season with a record of 17-19. So they finished negative despite the fact that their coach, who started out, was positive. Like, they were the second best team in the entire Eastern Conference, and then they dropped because of Doc Rivers. And I'm just appalled. I am mad. I am frustrated because why would you do this to your franchise? You were so close to competing, and then this happened. So that's the tangent that I wanted to go on. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of AJ Griffin. Do you guys think he should just retire? Do you guys think he should continue to try and maybe be a bit better? I personally think he should, pursue his career in the NBA, and I think he really, really should try, but it doesn't really seem like he wants to, so I have no idea what exactly the play is going to be for him. But personally, I would much like to see him suit up and legitimately play. So we're out of time for the second segment, so now we were going to go ahead and go into the third segment where I talk about the worst teams based off of their young core. So I'll be right back after this short break, so be sure to stay tuned for that if you guys are interested in this list.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network is available on YouTube. Just search GSMC Sports Network. Get your fix of daily sports talk shows on YouTube, absolutely free. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, MMA, UFC, fantasy football, and so much more. GSMC Sports Network has shows running all day long, with new sports shows starting every 2 hours. Just like on your favorite cable sports channel, except GSMC Sports Network is absolutely free. Just search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube to catch one of your new favorite shows, like the GSMC College Football Podcast, Chip Shot Football Podcast, Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, GSMC Basketball Podcast, and so many more. Check it out for yourself. GSMC Sports Network, now available on YouTube absolutely free. Search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube right now.